Hi guys, Eric here. So I wanted to talk to you about something that was really on my mind. It was kind of on my heart too. It's really a message for you INFJs, but it's also at the same time a message to the world about INFJs. So let me just kind of jump into this one. INFJs apologize a lot. Now, if you are an INFJ, then this will resonate with you. You feel like you have to apologize. You feel like you need to say you're sorry to the other person even if you did nothing wrong whatsoever. And to you, it feels kind of wrong, but it's not wrong, but it feels like you have to apologize for doing something just in case, you know what I mean? Just maybe that small little chance you upset somebody. Maybe you upset somebody. Just that small little nugget of a chance. You're like, well, just in case, I gotta say sorry, right? No, you don't, but you do. Because at the same time, when you haven't done anything wrong, you feel better after you do. But you also feel worse. Why is that? INFJs have a compulsive need to apologize, and this stems oftentimes from a deep personal pain or root of pain that stemmed somewhere from their childhood, but it actually can develop at any point in life, and sometimes there's no pain involved. It's because of this particular root, INFJs feel a compulsive need to say, I'm sorry. See, it's kind of like this. An INFJ feels bad about what they've done, and therefore they feel a compulsive need to apologize to somebody on the occasion that they might have upset their feelings. And on the surface, this can seem like an INFJ is just trying to be polite, almost to a fault. Their need to apologize can seem so annoying that actually some people will say, dude, it's fine. You don't have to apologize every time you do something wrong. And the INFJ will say, yeah, but I just wanted to be sure. Dude, I'm telling you, you apologize way too much. People think you're a pushover. Yeah, but if I don't apologize, then people might think that I'm rude, and I don't want them thinking that I'm mean. So I want to say sorry a lot. Okay, listen to me. You do not have to apologize every time you do or say something that might upset somebody. If it upsets me, I'll let you know. You don't have to go out of your way to tell me you're sorry. Honestly, it's kind of annoying. Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay. So that's kind of what INFJs look like. A vast majority of the time, that's what we look like. I don't think there will be any opposition in the comments. I don't think there will be. Now, if you're somebody who apologizes a lot and you're not an INFJ, welcome to the club, but I shouldn't be saying that openly. Really, this video can help you too. But you kind of need to be aware that this is targeted towards INFJs, so some of the things I say may or may not apply to you, and you should apply these thoughts with care and just evaluate them for yourself. So on the surface, that's what it looks like when an INFJ apologizes a lot. Now, why is this happening? Beneath the surface, an INFJ feels a compulsive need to apologize, but this, on the surface, can seem harmless. However, it's oftentimes, though not always, but a vast majority of the time, derived from a deep personal root of pain that was caused in their childhood or was developed in them as they got older, typically from a parent's neglect, or at times it could also be from having high expectations placed on a child. This could be a parent expecting the child to know what to say or how to respond, how to express their emotions too soon, or constantly scolding them whenever they do something wrong. This can also happen from sibling rivalry, or when a sibling will beat down the other sibling as a means to try to feel superior. It can also develop this heated root of pain, but that can surface as anger as well, which ultimately leads to an INFJ's FE, or their desire to maintain peace, to come back up. So they're angry and they're apologizing and pushing it down. So that INFJ typically becomes an unhealthy INFJ. See my 7 trademarks of an unhealthy INFJ over here or over here. I don't know which side it's going to be on. It's going to be in the call card. So what happens when sibling rivalry takes place and the INFJ has all of this anger locked up, they become unhealthy because their FE surfaces, so they decide they want to try to maintain peace, but they still have that anger and unexpressed voice, so they're in this cycle of apologizing all the time, and eventually they want to stop feeling angry and having to apologize at all, so they stop expressing their feelings, and they start putting other people first. This is oftentimes how INFJs become sacrificial people who tend to sacrifice themselves to a fault, to a hurt almost. And it's not good. It's very bad for your self-confidence, very bad for your self-image. Bad place to be in altogether. And why it happens, though, is this root of pain. And it can come, like I said, from sibling rivalry, from abusive parents, from toxic relationships. As you get older, it can come from an abusive spouse or a household that's very dysfunctional. So these roots can develop in a person at any point in their life, really. But what's important is understanding that if you don't address the core issues and or voice how you're really feeling, you may end up being somebody who apologizes a lot. Now, is apologizing a lot a bad thing? No. But if apologizing a lot is a direct result of some undealt issue, then yes, it's a bad thing because it means you're not dealing with it. As a matter of fact, what you're actually doing is apologizing to make yourself feel better that you're not dealing with it. Because deep down under the surface, you feel bad about whatever happened to you. But because you're not dealing with it, you're apologizing. For what? Well, you're apologizing because you feel bad about whatever somebody made you feel bad about or made you feel angry about. And what you're really doing is you're trying to push that issue further down and pretend the pain away. You're trying to cover one of your eyes and just say, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But you're trying to appear as harmless as possible to yourself and to the other person. And if the other person believes it, you can believe it. So by apologizing so much, you INFJs, if you do this, I'm sorry, this applies to you. You're trying to pretend your own pain away and make yourself feel better about who you currently are and the person you've become as a result of somebody else's pain and your own choices. You're apologizing a lot because you don't want to face yourself. That is why you apologize. You don't do it because you think you may have hurt the other person's feelings. You do it because if that person's feelings were hurt, the expectation placed on you as a kid is going to come back up. You're going to feel it all again. You don't want to feel that. You want it to go away. So you apologize to prevent the pain from happening before it happens, because if it happens, you're reminded of what happened and you're reminded that it's real. But if the other person says it's okay before you've done anything wrong, even if they get upset, even if they're upset with you, nope, door slam, gotta go, bye. Why'd you door slam them? They upset me. No. You just said it was all right. You said when you apologized and they said it was all right, okay. Just checking. No, the reason you were checking, you had no right to door slam that person, by the way. I don't know who I'm prophesying to. I'm prophesying to someone who's watching my video. And by the way, God does this with me in my INFJ videos. Check the other ones out. There's prophecy in those too. I don't know who I'm talking to. Somebody hurt you. It was an acquaintance. It was a friend. I don't know if you met them in college. It looks like you guys were just starting to talk. I just see you in a relatively casual situation. You're just starting to talk. You're just, kind of getting to know each other. And you did that. You apologized to them in advance. Sorry. And then they said, it's okay, fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, just checking. Just making sure everything's okay. And then you said something or did something that set them off. They're like, excuse me, who do you think? And they got heated. Their emotions got involved and they started getting upset with you. At this point, you put walls up in your heart. You shut them down. You door slammed them. You quit talking to them. And you said, okay, I'm going to go. And you left. You left and you door slammed them and they never got to know why. They never got their voice heard. And you did to them what was done to you. That was not okay. I don't know who I'm prophesying to. You should not have done that. That was not right. And they did not deserve that. You did that to them because you didn't want to face yourself. Okay. Prophesying moment over. I want to say this. You INFJs, if you do this, you are hurting people. You need to stop. You really need to stop. You come to my videos for help. I'm offering it to you right now. And I'm telling you, you cannot just say, well, I'm just going to stop apologizing. That'll make me feel better. No, it will not. It will harden your heart. Trust me, I've been there. It does not work. Your heart will become hard and you'll become less sensitive to the emotional needs of others. Is that what you want? Is that where you want to be? Do you want to be hardened to the emotional needs of others? Not even caring anymore? Because you don't have to apologize, right? Well, it's not your fault. Is that where you want to be? If not, then I suggest you listen closely. But you have two choices. You can either feel the pain and deal with it, confront it, forgive them, forgive the people who hurt you. That's very important. And you can let it go and stop apologizing because you finally let it go. Or two, you can keep on living with this. You can run with it. You can hide from it. And you can watch as the people around you slowly disconnect and become angry bit by bit and continue to blame them for your hard heart. Or your third choice, though it's really just the second choice, you can stop apologizing and harden your own heart and wonder why people don't want to be around you. That's all you get. You didn't ask for this life. You didn't ask for the pain. You didn't ask for the consequences. You didn't ask for the hurt and the torment. But guess what? It is yours now, and that means it's your responsibility. You cannot expect the next person to say the same thing you did. Well, it's not my fault. Well, it's that INFJ's fault that I'm feeling this. I don't care it doesn't matter whose fault it is. It does not matter who started the flame. If you keep passing the torch to the next person, lighting their clothes on fire, you are ultimately responsible for them having to deal with the flame and put out that fire, and you're responsible for not putting your fire out. Each person's responsible for their own load. I am not saying that people are not guilty of wrongdoing. What I am saying is you cannot blame your past for your present, and you cannot blame your present for your future. Whatever happens in the future happened because of a choice you made. You don't get to say, well, this is just who I am, and if it happens, well, that's just too bad. It was out of my control. No, it absolutely was not out of your control. And you telling yourself that is just one more reason why enabling yourself is a bad idea. Don't do it. It's not going to do you any favors. It's not going to lead you anywhere good. Trust me, I've been there. It does not work. Don't do it. Giving yourself a way out of taking responsibility is not a good idea. It does no one any favors, and it only leaves you in a place worse off than where you were before. You do not get to blame your present for your future, and you do not get to blame your past for your present. You don't get to say, oh, well, they made me this way. Oh, well, I was just abused as a kid. Oh, well, I don't like boys anymore because I was sexually taken advantage of as a kid. And you're like, whoa, Eric, that's way too personal. Okay, I don't really care. If you come to my channel, you should know by now, I don't care about personal boundaries. If you don't want your boundaries touched, don't come to my channel for help. I'm here to help you, and I'm sorry, but I cannot do that if I sugarcoat things. What did I just say? Giving yourself a way out is bad idea. Why am I going to do the exact very thing that I just told you not to do? I'm not a hypocrite. I live it before I preach it, and I apologize if this upsets people, but your trauma has affected your decision making. You choosing not to deal with it is your own fault and responsibility. You can't say, oh, well, God made me this way. Oh, well, my mother abused me and I ended up this way. You ended up this way because you did not take responsibility for your own problems. You ended up this way apologizing to everybody and feeling terrible about yourself because you allowed yourself to get so low. Your expectations for yourself were shattered. You allowed that to happen, and you made the conscious choice not to fix it. Now, there are only two ways this goes down. Number one, you finally stop self-destructing and running from your problems and running to smoking and running to cigarettes and weed and alcohol and drugs and sexual affairs and doing whatever you want to do to make yourself feel better, to pretend the pain away and numb the pain. You can stop self-destructing and ending up worse, by the way, because it is leaving you worse and you just get more and more trauma. You're just snowballing and collecting more snow as you go. All right, you can be inside the snowball and being like, yay, the snow's not dissolving, I'm okay. But I guarantee you, soon enough, you're going to be trapped in that snowball and you won't be able to get out. So I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't want to be on your knees begging Jesus for help, contemplating suicidal thoughts and wishing you could disappear from the earth, you better stop before it's too late. Because you will get there. Everybody gets there when they run from their problems. That's why most people who do drugs or are alcoholics end up committing suicide. That's why. You can't run from your problems. It's not going to solve anything. Your second option is to deal with it. And if you need help doing that, you can privately message me here on YouTube. Or if you don't know how to do that, you are more than welcome to contact me directly on Messenger on my Facebook. I can make a public video, very private. I don't have to use names. I don't have to use specifics. I can answer your questions. Or I most likely already have covered a video or topic answering your question. And I can point you to it. I can even give you the answers directly in Messenger. If you want my help, I am more than willing to pray for you and go out of my way to meet your needs so that you can also be healed. However, you have the choice of taking the red pill or the blue pill, Matrix style. You can walk away and pretend none of this ever happened and you never saw this video and you never heard anything that I said. Or you can accept my advice, you can take it, since nothing else has worked for you, you can try it, and you can finally be free. So I hope this video has made an impact in your life. If you want to support my channel, check out my other videos, watch some of my other content, listen to my music on Spotify, and give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't, share it to help YouTube recommend it to other people. And I will see you all next time. Thank you for watching.